What's up, everybody? Today is February 24th, 2022, and this is episode 274 of 413 Sports Talk. Rahim Escalay, your host. Great to see you. Sorry that this is coming to you late. We're going to get this episode started right away with the news and get into Western Mass sports. And I have the second half of my NFL story that we started yesterday. First, Novak Djokovic loses his number one ranking after a loss in Dubai to another one of my favorites in the tennis world. And that is Daniel Medvedev. Daniel Medvedev's about like fucking 6'11". He's crazy nice. The dude could move side to side on the court. And I've been watching him for a couple of years now, and he's fucking lights out. He's awesome. The PGA Tour is happy that Phil Mickelson's thoughts went public on this new Saudi league, the Super Golf League, that is getting ready, supposedly, to still come out. I hear, though, yesterday the PGA Tour just really doesn't want this to happen. It wants to be the standing league. It's one of the only sports I know of that doesn't have is really, the college golf game's not really that famous. I mean, what team do you root for that is college golf? Anyway, but yeah, so I kind of see how they want to be on their own. But Saudi's got money. What gripes me? Here we go. I want to talk to you about something. Number one, Bay State Academy, getting ready to play for the state championship soon. Why are they ranked number one, but not playing at home? Why? Something needs to be done about that. When a team practices and works out and sacrifices blood, sweat, and tears, you knew that was coming, and time, effort, their bodies, to earn that number one ranking, and they don't get it. That's kind of fucking, it's preposterous, you know what I mean? I can't even fathom that. So whoever's doing the scheduling needs to try to accommodate all of that, and giving the number one ranked team a home playoff game, championship at that. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, what excites me, the Golden Eagles basketball programs on both sides are having an opportunity to compete for state championships. Also, Springfield International Charter School is doing the same exact thing. That is huge for the city of Springfield. And these games need to be, they need to be the forefront of everything going on right now. I'm going to answer a phone call. You're on my show. Don't say nothing crazy. I'm going to finish this episode, alright? Alright? Anyway, so it's beautiful that Springfield International Charter School and Golden Eagles boys-girls basketball programs getting a chance to compete for the state title. That's freaking awesome. I'm proud. My alma mater, Central. Shout out to them. Grambling State hires ex-Baylor head coach Art Briles. You might remember Art Briles from such football players such as the one-hit wonder, Mr. Knee himself, Robert Griffin III. No shade, you're good as fuck. You just literally have your knees for shit. I think that's going to mean good for Grambling State. Last couple of years they've been pretty good, pretty competitive in football, and excuse me, this hire is going to make them better. That's it for the news. There's stuff that I want to talk to you about. Let's get into what you really want to hear about. Western Mass Sports. Basketball. High school basketball, to be exact. We're going to start with the girls today. Great defense and little Elena Smith wasn't all it took for Chicopee to beat Holyoke. Let me say, that was 52-51, a heartbreaking loss, especially for Lady Purple Knights team, who's had to deal with Central twice a year and really has played lights out A1 basketball since then. It's it's tough to see the Lady Purple Knights lose this one. My heart's to you guys, and couple of you guys, we reached out as far as trying to get an interview, and nothing yet. But don't worry, we're confident. The sky's the limit, right? Yes. So let's start. But first, we got ladies on the ice. Hockey. Newburyport tied with Pope Francis 1-1, and Longmeadow beat Madigan 2-1. Yeah, East-West Mass rivalry. Pow. Back to basketball. Lennox over Henry Charter School of Science East 59-14. Mayhar over Smith Folk 45-24. Side Tech beat Bay State Academy 34-28. Springfield International Charter 65, Palmer 41, Class C semifinals. Taconic beat Drury 46-35 in the Class C semis as well. Hoosick Valley destroyed Turner's Falls 55-15, Class D semis. Athol 41, Pioneer Valley Christian 38. Central 59, Amherst 51. 59-41, sorry. Class A semis. Chicopee over Holyoke, as we mentioned in the beginning, 52-51. Franklin Tech over St. Mary's, 51-44. Mohawk Trail beat Ludlow, 42-29. Granby over Munson, 40-35. Wacona over Pittsfield 61-38 in the Class B semifinals. Also in the Class B semifinals, South Hadley, they took care of Monument Mountain 49-43. Lee over Mount Everett 52-35 in the Class D semifinals. Chicopee Comp over Agawam 47-28. Belchertown beat Southwick 54-30. Hampshire over East Longmeadow 54-47. Frontier Redhawks beat the East Hampton Eagles, who've only lost 2 times this season. 61-49. Longmeadow over Minnechaug 54-34. Northampton over Westside 51-35. And Hopkins all over Greenfield 52-31. That's it for the girls' side. Now on to the boys. Greenfield all over Palmer 84-56. The Palmer Panthers are 5-16 this year, led by Jack, the quarterback, Latendre, 34 points tonight, but his crazy outing just wasn't enough. Duggan over Turner's Falls, 46-40. Hampshire over McCann Tech, 64-54. McCann Tech is 12-8 in the season. Kind of horrible of late. Shout out to Jason Knapp, though. Belchertown over Pittsfield, 72-68. Chicopee over Putnam, 53-51. Chicopee Comp over Commerce, 81-44. Wow. Chicopee Comp's turned their season around. Westside over Side Tech, 58-53. Sorry, Coach Shaka. Southwick over Ludlow, 46-43. Pioneer Valley over Smith Academy, 52-37. Pope Francis beat them Agawam Brownies and the Wallace Brothers, 69-51. Close. Bay State Academy all over Granby, 61-47. The Class D semifinals. Coach Bird, yeah. Westfield Tech over Smith Vogt, 55-54. Central Golden Eagles baby over the Holyoke Purple Knights, 68-50 in the Class A semis. Longmeadow over Amherst, wow, shocker, 58-56 in the Class A semifinals. Class B, Taconic over Monument Mountain, 67-48, and Springfield International Charter over the Wacona Warriors, 68-48. That Wacona team was not as good as we thought. Drury over Lennox, 60-43. Hoosick over Hopkins, 71-47. East Longmeadow over Northampton, 68-64. Frontier over South Hadley, 62-59. And Renaissance takes care of Athol, 64-58. Apollo takes care of Mount Greylock. Fucking cheaters. 71-55. Shout out to Coach Nate from Palmer. And that's it for a competitive edition of Western Mass Sports Basketball. Check back tomorrow. We will be on time with the show, I promise. And now let's move on to the NFL. Yesterday, if you remember, I did half of the league as far as who I thought were good fits for these teams. I took into mind cap space, scheme fit, and what players would need to be moved around where, what contracts would have to be cut and or adjusted for this to work. Took a little while, but we got it because I work nonstop. Unlike them other guys. No shots, no shade. Actually a lot. So here we go. Number 17, I got the Colts. We're starting the AFC South. Yes, we've already covered the AFC NFC East and the AFC NFC North. So we'll start with the AFC South. The Colts should go after Cowboys defensive end edge rusher Randy Gregory. The Colts never spend a lot in free agency. They'll make a move and then it's kind of like quiet again. Bringing in what's his face from the San Francisco 49ers, that big old tall defensive lineman, kind of gave them a spark. Well, this year, Randy Gregory is that spark coming from the Dallas Cowboys, who don't have much cap space, who are gonna have to let some guys go. And Dallas really has a nice roster, honestly. They're just led by a bunch of idiots most of the time. Number 18, the Titans. They should go after tight end Robert Tonyan. I'm a Packers fan. Go Pack, go always. Fuck the Bears, Vikings, and Lions. Tennessee needs a tight end. They got rid of Jonnu Smith. They let him go in free agency last season. He went to New England, didn't really do anything. But I think Robert Tonyan is the type of tight end they need. I think he stays in Tennessee for a while and carves out a great career, thanks to Aaron Rodgers. The Jags, number 19, they should go with wideout Chris Godwin, who's most likely going to leave Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's in a tight money situation as well. We're going to talk about that later in the show. And I think Chris Godwin is a security blanket. Probably going to be a leading wide receiver for Trevor Lawrence down there. And I think this is a good thing to do. I would be very surprised, honestly, if the Jacksonville Jaguars did not land Chris Godwin. Texans should go after safety Marcus Williams. Great fit for what Lovie Smith likes to do with the safeties, mixing up responsibilities. Came from the Saints, he played a lot and shined in garbage shit time because the Saints were shit last year because Drew Brees was not there. And that's where we'll leave that. So I think the Texans should go after him. That'd be a nice little fit as far as what Lovie likes to do defensively. Kind of like in a rebuild, too, because Marcus is still young. Saints, I think they should go after, surprisingly, wideout Will Fuller. Miami Dolphins, I think you pair Fuller with Thomas, number 13. If he comes back even, you pair them together, get somebody who could actually throw, like Jameis coming back. I don't know. Get Jameis in there. Get Will Fuller in there. He's an inside-outside guy. Mostly in the slot is where he makes his magic. But he tends to win a lot of one-on-one fly routes on the outside. So I think it's a great fit right there for the Saints. The Bucs should go after Jameis Winston. They did get rid of him, and that one kind of might be a little bit off. I'm not really reaching that much, but I think this is a good fit here. The Bucs need a quarterback. I don't know what they see in Trask yet. Blaine Gabbert's already showed who he is before, so why not go back to Jameis? At least you know what you got. Panthers guard Connor Williams, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. Taylor Moton is one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. Carolina Panthers paid him very handsomely at the beginning of the season, right tackle. So you put Connor Williams in there and strengthen that offensive line. Kind of like screams draft the quarterback. You got a good right side of the offensive line. You got Chuba Hubbard. What else you can do? what else can you do if you're the Panthers, who are most likely going to trade Christian McCaffrey and all that, which I talked about in my mock draft for Deshaun Watson. Remember, you heard it first. Falcons edge rusher Harold Landry from the Tennessee Titans. He's moving on to more money, greener pastures. Don't know if the greener pastures are down there in Atlanta, but definitely the money is, and Harold Landry is the shit. Now we are moving on to the AFC West. Starting with the Broncos, offensive tackle Trent Brown, who's a Patriot, most likely not going back to New England. Bring him in there, and what they like to do up there in Denver with the zone blocking. Still, it's always going to be like that. Trent Brown shines, and he can move pretty fast for a tackle his size. Raiders should go after Bears wideout Allen Robinson. Most likely going to leave. Why stay? Be a part of that Justin Fields rebuild bullshit. I wouldn't have time for it anyway. So Allen Robinson goes to the Raiders. Kind of friendly with Derek Carr. And I believe that will be a good fit. If Devontae doesn't sign with us again, Packers, I think the Raiders might be a spot too. I don't have Devontae Adams listed at all on this day 2 list, so I'm confident, crossing my fingers, that he's going to resign with Green Bay. The Chargers should go after former Packer Devondre Campbell. One of the best middle linebackers last season as far as blitzing and stopping the run. He was the guy that made our defense pop when the Smith brothers played like shit and weren't really around. It'd be a shame, a crying fucking shame, if we don't re-sign him, but Gunther Kuntz, our fucking GM, doesn't know what he's doing. The Chiefs. They already have Tyreek Hill. They got Kelsey at tight end. Juju Smith-Schuster, if not resigned by the Pittsburgh Steelers, will be a Chief. I'll tell you why. Fits with what they do. Patrick Mahomes, another weapon, needs something to get over the hill when you are the Chiefs and your running game is sus and all you can do is throw. At least you got weapons galore. Set Patrick Mahomes up to get another ring. And I think that works there with Kansas City Chiefs. Last division, the NFC West. 49ers. Quarterback Dante Jackson played well for Carolina. And a couple people might say like padded stats or, good numbers in garbage time. Dante Jackson's tall, lean. He's not... His catch-to-catch ratio is very low. He's not really giving up many balls. It's not really him on the defensive side that sucks for that team. It's Matt Rule, who's a freaking one-track mind coach. So he should sign with the 49ers, and that would speak... His abilities would speak loudly to what D'Amico Ryans likes to do with the Niners and switching it up. And I think that's what made that San Francisco defense so clutch down the stretch, even though they lost in the AFC Championship. Cardinals go after guard James Daniels from the Bears. Strangely, James Daniels is one of my favorite offensive linemen in this free agency because I know the Bears aren't going to keep him. It's a smart move for the Bears to resign him to protect Justin Fields and kind of aid in that rebuild. But I think he walks. I think he signs with the Cardinals. And not too sure what's happening out there as far as the quarterback or what's going to happen to Cliff Kingsbury. I forgot his name yesterday in the episode. Seahawks go after Carlton Davis from the Bucks. They're not going to keep everybody. Once Tom left, that was the top of the pyramid. Now it's all going to fall. He's going to the Seahawks. Maybe might bring that Legion of Boom feeling back. Finally get the Rams. A.J. Johnson, linebacker for Denver. One of the guys who stepped up in wake of Von Miller being traded to the Super Bowl champion Rams. And he is fast, rangy guy. It's a weird size-speed ratio. It's kind of off to me, but I think he's think he's spot on. Got it. I think he's a great fit for that Rams defense. Is not really going to miss anybody. This is just another piece to just say, hey, we participated. And that is it for the NFL part. College basketball really quickly and we'll end the episode. Men's side, Texas over TCU 76-66. Texas is number 20. Number 7 Duke over UVA 65-61. Number 11 Providence over Xavier 99-92. Number 14 Houston over Tulane 81-67. Number 3 Auburn over Ole Miss 77-64. Number 13 Wisconsin 68. Minnesota 67. And number 6 Kentucky over LSU 71-66. That's it for college basketball on the men's. Now on to the women's to finish out the show. UConn over Marquette 69-38. Baylor over Oklahoma State 68-65. Oklahoma over TCU 92-57. Texas over K-State 62-51. Iowa State over Kansas 85-59. And Colorado over number 25 Oregon 86-83 in 2 overtimes. And that's it for episode 274 of 4-3 Sports Talk. I am Raheem Escalay. 45 subscribers on YouTube. We're on Facebook trying to build this show every single day. We can't do that without you, so continue to interact with the posts, messages, whatever, and the show will grow and we will include you when we blow. Factual statement. Love you all. Wish you nothing but health and success. We'll see you tomorrow with our 275th episode. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't never gonna stop.